A chronology of key events. 1542 Spanish expedition claims the islands and names them the Philippines after the heir to the Spanish throne. 1896 Civil and armed campaign for independence from Spanish rule begins. 1898 Revolutionary forces under Emilio Aguinaldo proclaim independence. 1898 December, during brief Spanish-American War, U.S. Navy destroys Spanish fleet in Manila Bay. Spain cedes Philippines to U.S., which proclaims military rule. 1899 Revolutionaries refuse to recognize U.S. takeover, proclaim First Philippine Republic with General Aguinaldo as president, launch armed struggle against U.S. forces known as Philippine-American War. 1901 Emilio Aguinaldo captured. 1902 Philippine-American War formally ends as U.S. civil government replaces military rule. Some independence forces fight on until defeat of Moro resistance in South in 1913. 1907 elected Philippine Assembly inaugurated under U.S. rule. 1916 U.S. government promises Philippines greater autonomy, leading to independence. 1935 A plebiscite approves establishment of Commonwealth of Philippines. Manuel Quezon is its first president. Philippines promised full independence within 10 years. Invasion and occupation. 1941 Japan seizes Philippines. 1944 U.S. forces retake islands. 1946 Islands granted full independence and renamed Republic of the Philippines. 1947 The U.S. is awarded military bases on the islands. 1951 Peace treaty signed with Japan. The Philippines eventually receive $800 million in reparations payments. 1965 Ferdinand Marcos becomes president. 1969 Marcos re-elected amidst allegations of electoral fraud. Supports U.S. policy in Vietnam. Muslim separatists in South begin guerrilla war. Martial law. 1972 Marcos declares martial law. Parliament suspended, opposition politicians arrested, censorship imposed. 1973 New Constitution gives Marcos absolute powers. 1977 Opposition leader Benigno Aquino sentenced to death, but Marcos delays execution. 1980 Aquino allowed to travel to U.S. for medical treatment. 1981 Martial law lifted. Marcos wins presidential elections. 1983 Aquino returns to Philippines, but is shot dead as he leaves plane amid suspicions of official military involvement. People power. 1986 presidential elections see Marcos opposed by Aquino's widow Corazon. Marcos declares himself the winner, but Aquino disputes result. Mass protests, dubbed People Power, in Manila see military abandon Marcos, who flees to Hawaii. In Manila see military abandon Marcos, who flees to Hawaii. New government says Marcos looted billions of dollars during his rule. 1989 December, U.S. jets assist Philippine government forces suppress attempted coup. 1990 military officials convicted of murder of Benigno Aquino. 1991 U.S. abandons Clark Air Base after volcanic eruption smothers it with ash. 1992 Aquino's defense minister Fidel Ramos wins presidency. U.S. closes Subic Bay Naval Station. 1996 peace agreement reached with Muslim separatist group, Moro National Liberation Front. Another group, Moro Islamic Liberation Front (MILF), fights on. 1998 former film star Joseph Estrada elected president. 2000 November, impeachment proceedings start against President Estrada on allegations of corruption, betrayal of public trust, and violation of the Constitution. Estrada tried. 2001 January, suspension of impeachment causes mass street protests. Military withdraws support and President Estrada stands down. Vice President Gloria Arroyo sworn in as president. 2001 March, MILF declares ceasefire, says ready to hold talks with government. 2001 April, Joseph Estrada is charged with plundering more than $80 million from state funds while in office. Eventually found guilty and jailed for life, although he wins pardon. 2002 January, U.S. and Filipino armies hold joint counter-terror exercises take place near stronghold of Al-Qaeda-linked Abu Sayyaf group. 2002 October, series of deadly bomb blasts on Manila bus and 3 locations in Zamboanga City blamed on Islamist militants. 2003 February, ceasefire between MILF and government breaks down. Planned talks called off in May after rebel attack on Mindanao kills 30 people. 2003 July, government signs another ceasefire with MILF ahead of planned talks in Malaysia. Army mutiny in Manila as some 300 soldiers seize shopping center, but surrender peacefully following negotiations. 2004 February, peace talks between government and Maoist rebel New People's Army start in Norway, but are called off by the rebels in August. 2004 June, Gloria Arroyo wins May's presidential elections. Arroyo under pressure. 2005 January, heavy fighting between troops and MILF rebels breaks July 2003 ceasefire. Despite impressive economic growth, millions of Filipinos still live in poverty. 2005 April breakthrough achieved on contentious issue of ancestral land achieved at peace talks in Malaysia between government and MILF rebels. 2005 June, influential Cardinal Jaime Sin, who led the 2 peaceful revolts that toppled Presidents Marcos and Estrada, dies aged 76. 2006 February, more than 1,000 people are killed by a mudslide which engulfs a village on the central island of Leyte. President Arroyo declares a week-long state of emergency after the army says it has foiled a planned coup. 2007 January, death of Abu Sayyaf leader Gaddafi Janjalani in 2006 confirmed. 2007 February, government report accuses military of being behind the killings of hundreds of mainly left-wing activists since 2001. 2007 November, renegade soldiers make failed coup bid at luxury hotel in Manila after breaking out of court where they were standing trial for failed 2003 mutiny. Rebel peace accords. 2008 July-August, government negotiators say they have reached an agreement with MILF rebels on the expansion of a Muslim autonomous region in the south. Deal collapses after Christian communities raise objections and renewed fighting on the southern island of Mindanao leaves at least 30 people dead. 2008 December, Norwegian brokered peace talks with Maoist guerrillas of the New People's Army (NPA) break down, NPA attacks Army patrol on Mindanao. 2009 September, Army announces capture of leading MILF figure Kamaruddin Haji Ali. 2009 November, an attack on group of people traveling to file election nomination papers on Mindanao leaves 57 dead. Victims' relatives blame the rival Ampatuan clan. The 2009 massacre of 57 people on Mindanao shocked the Philippines. 2009 December, peace talks between Manila and MILF resume in Malaysia, after breaking down 16 months ago. 2010 February, the army captures Abu Sayyaf leader Mujabar al-Amin, suspected of a kidnapping raid on a Malaysian resort in 2000 and the killing of Christian missionaries in 2001. Prosecutors charge 196 more people with murder over the Maguindanao massacre in November, including Andal Ampatuan SNR, a former provincial governor and ally of President Arroyo. Benigno Aquino elected. 2010 June, Benigno Noynoy Aquino becomes president. 2010 September, Andal Ampatuan Jr., a member of the powerful Ampatuan clan, goes on trial on charges of organizing the Maguindanao mass killings. 2011 February, Manila and Maoist NPA agree to work towards a peace deal by 2012 at talks in Oslo, their first negotiations since the previous round broke down in 2004. Troops arrested prominent NPA member Terso Alcantara the previous month. 2012 May, Philippines and Chinese naval vessels confront one another off the Scarborough Shoal Reef in the South China Sea. Both countries claim the reef, which may have significant reserves of oil and gas. 2012 October, the government signs a framework peace plan with the Muslim rebel Moro Islamic Liberation Front, ending a 40-year conflict that has cost an estimated 120,000 lives. 2012 December, Parliament defies the Catholic Church to vote for state-funded contraception, approving a bill that has been debated for 13 years. 2013 February, armed followers of a self-proclaimed sultan invade Sabah state on Malaysian Borneo, sparking several days of fighting with Malaysian forces. More than 60 people are killed. 2013 May, major diplomatic row erupts between Taiwan and the Philippines after Filipino Coast Guards kill a Taiwanese fisherman in disputed waters. 2013 September, standoff between the army and rebel remnants of Moro National Liberation Front in southern city of Zamboanga prompts 75,000 residents to flee. 2013 November, Typhoon Haiyan sweeps across central areas of the country leaving devastation and thousands of dead in its wake. A major international aid effort is organized to help more than 4 million people affected. 2014 March, the MILF rebel group signs a peace deal with the government that brings an end to one of Asia's longest and deadliest conflicts. 2014 April, Supreme Court approves a birth control law, which requires government health centers to distribute free contraceptives. The bill marks a defeat for the Catholic Church, which campaigned strongly against it. 2015 January, 44 police commandos are killed in clashes with Muslim rebels on the southern island of Mindanao, the largest loss of life for the security forces in recent memory. 2015 March, hundreds of Muslim rebels in the southern Philippines register to vote in 2016 elections under peace deal designed to end 4 decades of conflict. 2016 June, populist former Mayor Rodrigo Duterte elected president, announces hard-line crackdown on drugs and suggests he might pivot from the US to China. The presidency of Rodrigo Duterte began at noontime of June 30, 2016 following his inauguration as the 16th President of the Philippines, succeeding Benigno Aquino III. 2016 June, the so-called Islamic State IS group acknowledges its operations in the Philippines in an official video, having recognized Isnilan Hapilon, an Abu Sayyaf leader, as emir there. Government troops fought Islamic State-inspired militants on the island of Mindanao in 2017-2016 July. Government welcomes the ruling in a case it brought before an international tribunal which concluded that China's claim to much of the resources in the South China Sea had no legal basis. 2017 May, martial law imposed on the island of Mindanao after fighting erupts between security forces and Islamic State-linked militants of the Maut Group and Isnilan Hapilon. 2017 October, southern city of Marawi declared liberated from jihadist fighters who held it for almost 5 months. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel.